Part 19 of the Tips for Teachers series, Attendance. Attendance tab, Sorting. From your dashboard, select the course for which you intend to take roll call. From the home page, select the Attendance tab. Remember, it is never visible to students, even if it is visible to you. If attendance does not appear in your course navigation, you must activate it in the Navigation tab of the course settings. You may skip to the timestamp 151 if attendance is visible in your list. From the home page, select Settings at the bottom of the course navigation menu. From the Settings page, select the Navigation tab from the top list of pages. In Navigation, select Attendance from the bottom section of pages. Drag it up to the top section and sort it into your desired position. Select Save at the bottom of the list. Once in the Attendance tab, you have multiple viewing options. How to record attendance, List View. In the upper right-hand corner of the page, there are two links. One says List and the other says Class. Remain on List. You will see a column of your students' names. Below the viewing options, the current date presents itself. You may change the date by selecting the arrows to the right and left to look forward and backward in time, respectively. You may also select the calendar to choose a specific date. The calendar will bring up the dates of the month which you select to access. To go forward or backward in time, simply select the arrows to the right and left, again, respectively. In List View, you have three methods to record attendance. Above the list of names, you will see two buttons, Mark All Present and Unmark All. Select the former to mark the whole class present and on time. Select the latter button if you do not wish to give all students the full credit. The second option is to select the box with the student's name. The first click marks the student as present and on time. The second click marks the student as absent without excuse. The third click marks the student as late. And the fourth click marks the student as absent with an excuse. The third option is to select More to the right of the student's name. You will see a panel open on the right of the screen. Select the check mark to the left to label the student as present and on time, the X to mark the student as absent without excuse, the clock symbol to mark the student as late, and the slashed circle to excuse an absence. Badges, Creation and Management. You may also create and edit badges. Select the plus Add Badges link below the attendance status. Type in the title of the badge. You may reward or penalize. Select an icon. Select a color. Select Save Badge. The badge will be added to their account. You may also manage badges once you have created the first. Select Manage Badges below the plus Add Badges link. Created badges will be listed here. Select Delete to remove the badge. A dialog box will appear requesting confirmation. Select OK. Class View, creating a seating chart. Select Class from the viewing options. You are automatically taken to the Edit Seating Chart tab if you have no seating chart yet. This is the only tab where you can edit students' locations. To create a seating chart, select a name from the column to the left of the grid. Drag the name to the box you define as their space. Drop and you have marked their spot. To move a student, select their tile. Drag to the new location. Drop to mark their new spot. To remove students from the seating chart completely, select their tile. Drag to the green slot in the leftmost column which says Remove students from the seating chart by dragging them here. They will rejoin the unsorted column. How to record attendance. Class View. To record their attendance, you have 3 options. In the Take Attendance tab, select the lower light gray section of the student's tile. A pop-up will appear which presents the same options as before in regards to status and adding badges. Watch the attendance to see how the percentage changes with your selection. Click the check mark for present and on time, the X for absent, the clock for late, and the slashed circle for an excused absence. Alternatively, you can select the symbol next to their thumbnail. Select once for present and on time, a second for absent, a third for late, and a fourth for an excused absence. Or select the Mark All Present button above the grid and to the left. Select Unmark All to remove the changes. If you need to enlarge your view, you can zoom in or out with the slider in the upper left-hand corner. Grading. Lateness. To change the percentage worth of lateness, select the gear in the upper right-hand corner of the attendance tool. Select Roll Call Settings. A pop-up will appear which contains a slider. Drag the pointer to indicate how much a late mark will be worth. This will change the worth for all late marks and not simply for one student. Recording attendance. Selecting a different section. To take attendance for a different section, select the downward-facing arrow next to your course label. Select the name of the other section of your class. Proceed to edit your attendance by choosing any of the methods previously explained. All steps are the same for Class View. Roll Call Attendance Report. Exporting to an email. To export attendance data, select the gear in the upper right-hand corner. Select Attendance Report. You will be taken to a new page. If you want the full history, you do not have to choose the range of dates. Select the field for the start date. Click the date your range will begin. Select the entry field for the end date. Click the date your range will end. Select the entry field for the receiving email address. Your default Canvas email will autofill, but you may type in a different address. Select Run Report. In your email, select the link provided. A download will initiate. Select the folder wherein you want the document to save. Select Save. The download will continue. Select Open from the link in the browser to read the document. Muting attendance. Gradebook. To mute the roll call attendance assignment, go to the Gradebook. Search for the column titled Roll Call Attendance. Select the downward-facing arrow. Select Mute Assignment from the drop-down list. A pop-up will appear explaining the effects of muting. That muting prevents Canvas from notifying students of any changes until the assignment is unmuted. Select Mute Assignment. The slashed bell indicates a muted assignment. To unmute, select the downward-facing arrow in the assignment column. Select Unmute Assignment from the drop-down list. Select Unmute Assignment in the pop-up. Assignment Details. How to edit roll call. To edit assignment details, select the assignment link. In the upper right-hand corner, select Edit Assignment Settings. The attendance editing options are similar to every other assignment. You may type in the default points percentage worth. You may choose where to group the assignment. You may choose whether to grade the assignment as points, complete, incomplete, percentage, letter grade, GPA scale, or no grade. Select Do Not Count this assignment towards the final grade if you want attendance to be a standalone grade. Leave the input as the external tool. Leave the assignment assigned to everyone. Leave the availability and due dates blank. Attendance counts for the whole semester. If you selected attendance not to count towards the final grade, an exclamation mark will appear in the gradebook next to the title. And with that, we're finished. You now know how to record attendance in Canvas.